Well, hi again everybody, Jake here with you for another episode of Demko Modelworks. This will be part 7 of our painting Aztec painting series for mask design. And tonight we're going to be doing the nacelle. I believe this will be the port side nacelle, and we're going to go through step by step on showing you on how to do most of it. I'm not going to take you through the entire ship, the entire nacelle, simply for the fact that what you do on one side you do to the other. So we'll do probably about we're going to do the top side and down the inboard side of the ship, which will be going through and showing you the steps on what to do through the whole. We'll do the whole layout thing and everything else like that, so from start to finish. But I just want to warn you guys, this will be kind of a lengthy video, so be prepared to sit a while and watch, and I hope y'all enjoy, and we will get set up for that real quick, and we'll be right back, guys. Stay tuned. Okay guys, welcome back. Now what you see in front of me here is the port side nacelle. We have all of our detail work done on it. All of our seams are fixed up and nice and ready to go. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting off with doing the top side of the nacelle here. And let me tighten up on the shot here. Let me make sure I get my camera to where y'all are in shot. So we're going to be going through and doing the top side here. We're going to be working our way down, and then most of the way down through here. Now I'm not going to go through all of it tonight, like I said. There's a few pieces that I forgot to get out with right here, but we'll have pretty much all of this to do tonight, and that's one of the things that we're going to work on tonight. So now you'll need pages 17 and 17A of the pamphlet of the, I can't think of it now, the masking set, and you'll need to go through and do your weeding out and cutting out and all that kind of stuff. And don't forget, you'll need 17A of your backing now of your masking. This is to replace the blue masking. Once you get through with your color, you can replace this on there without having to worry about it blowing off, just like we did with the belly and the sidewalls and everything else. And then we have our candy cane portion right here at the back. So we'll be using this a little bit, and like I said, you won't have to use your transfer tape for this. This is just a replacement on once you get through. So I'll take you through a little bit about what I've already shown you, what I've already done. I already started laying in the masking for the other side, and so I mean it's pretty straightforward. Pretty much, you cut out your sections, lay your transfer tape down, and then you go through and then just lay it down and pull it off, and it'll lay down really well. So alright, so let's get going here. I already have this very top section here ready to go. Now see that what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing this very top section here and the next step down, and then we're going to work our way down with putting the mask on. So I already have my transfer tape on, got it pressed down to where it will stay on the transfer tape, and then we'll just peel it off. Just don't peel it off too hard. Roll it back just nice and gently, and you won't have a problem with it coming off. So alright, so now we're gonna start off in this back corner here and then work our way up. Just kind of making sure it's centered. Remember try not to touch touch this down until you're pretty sure of your location on your masking, and then once it's down, once you're pretty sure of it, you can set it down and you're pretty much ready to go. You can either use your squeegee tool that you get with a kit, or some sort of flat object like this to kind of rub it down. Now you will notice that it will not set down. If you notice, it will not set down all the way until you get your transfer tape off. So we're going to just slowly, we're going to grab our transfer tape in the corner and just slowly work it back and kind of work it. I found with these masks that if you work it at an angle, you have less of a chance of pilling the masking, you know, pilling any of the sections off. Just slowly work it back. Alright. I'm going to take my squeegee tool and kind of rub these down. And if they don't stick on, you know, if they're kind of keep raising back up, that's fine. They'll, you know, when you get ready to do your paint, they'll lay down on you, and not all this is coming off anyway. So okay, so that first side is down. Now we're going to be working on our next section, which will be this area right here. And we'll start back here and work our way to the front. And we have you know, quite a big area here, so we got to make sure that we're you know, we're pretty much center. And it always helps to find your center line somewhere. If you can, you know, if you're not going to do the whole thing all at once, it's good to maybe like put some masking tape down right down the center. That way you have your center divide. So we're gonna peel off our transfer tape and I'm gonna rub it down real good real quick. I went through this earlier, but I'm gonna go back through and do it again. And then now I have my transfer tape ready to go. And again, just slowly work your masking backing off. And again, guys, if you have a piece of masking that comes off when you're peeling this backing off, just roll it back, kind of rub it down, push a little bit, and then just gently roll back, and it'll lay back down. So all right. So now we're going to start. We're going to start back here in the back. I don't remember if where Gary tells you to start laying it down at, but I might go ahead and start right off right here in the back. Try to lay it down in the center as much as possible to where you don't have any gaps whatsoever. So I'm good there on the back side. I'm going to work our way, kind of give it a little bit of a pull, not too hard, just to kind of make sure it stretches out. And there you go, we're down. Alright, now all we got to do now is just peel off our transfer tape. Making sure that we do not peel off any sections. Alright. I'm going to smooth that down. Now, I might have overlapped just a little bit, but don't worry about that. It'll all be taken care of, guys. And if for some reason or another, if you're overlap or if you're off just by a little section, don't panic. That is what this stuff is for. So we'll get it fixed if there's anything, you know, any gap issues. Now we have our other piece that's going to go right here in front. Let me make sure you're in shot. So I'm just going to peel this off nice and neat. Alright. And I'm going to, if you can see, if you notice, there's a little corner right there that is, there's a little, it kind of drops off a little bit right here, and you just want to make sure you line it up. You know, this lines up with this little edge right here. So I'm going to start mine off, try to get it lined up with the rest of the masking. Coming off. Alright. And two, guys, if you do by some chance get it to where it is off, you can slowly work it back and re-straighten it out, and then once you pull your transfer tape off, you can rework it. And also, once you start getting ready to paint and you start peeling off your masks, you can just readjust them as you put them, take them off and put them back on. So there are ways to fix that if you mess up a little bit, so don't panic if that happens. So alright, now we're gonna you can see, you know, mine was just off just a little bit, so I just keep pushing it down. I'm not gonna really worry about it because I can fix that once I get ready to paint. So alright, so now we're gonna do the other side, do the same thing. Like I said, when we get ready to do our painting, we can always readjust the masking, and then we'll be okay. So if this is your first time, guys, and you don't get it right the first time, trust me, you'll be okay. You know, it will be movable. So you can readjust it, and I've had to do that many times. in the past. Just because the model is not right, or and the masking doesn't line up because the model's off, or the masking is off just by a little bit, not much, but everything is fixable for the most part when it comes to paint. And if for some reason just you have issues and you have to repaint over, just call Gary, or email him and let him know that you messed up, and he'll send you. He's pretty good about sending out replacements if need be. Just might take a while because he's Canada, but we'll have to move these masks up a little bit when we get ready to paint. See, I had one lift up on me, so you just roll it off, roll it back, and then you slowly pull back off again. So, okay, so we're gonna tape this up and get ready to start spraying our first color. So we'll use our masking tape. Go up a little higher. I'm going to touch this tape to my shirt. That's one thing I recommend guys doing, is with this tape, kind of get rid of the tackiness. Of it by touching it to your shirt. That way you don't risk the chances of pulling any paint off with it. And sometimes, guys, this can be the hardest part, is taping it off. And like I said, guys, don't be afraid to use tape. Make that your best friend. Now, I already have my masking on one side, so I may go ahead and just do this one other side over here instead. That way, I can show you the side panels and how they are. And like I said, I'm using the clean release tape on this. This is not, expensive stuff. This masking tape is about $4 a roll. They have it in different sizes. Of course, the bigger the size you go, the more expensive it's going to get. So, don't be afraid to buy, guys, because this stuff is not very expensive, and it will save you a lot of time and hassles, trust me. Alright, now on here, I'm not going to worry about spraying, taping this off, because this is going to be the black side, black inside here. So we're going to not worry about that, because I can spray over that real easy. So but I am going to put some tape, start off right here. Now, I do have masking that goes right here, but more than likely I will not get to it tonight. So but by the time that we get to get it all said and through, we'll have pretty much most of it done. So I don't want to bore you with everything. So, okay, now like I said, we have our replacement masking here for the top and sides and everything. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go through and start pulling off all my blues, the areas that have the blues in them. And I will tell you guys that the paint mask, or the paint guide, the Trek Modeler paint guide, has these on page, has all this from pages 86 to 96. There's all the paint suggestions. So I'm going to try to follow this as close as possible. As you can see there, it has all the different paint schemes, and you can do it a couple of different ways on the top. If I can get back to the page. Yeah, so we can do it a couple of different ways. So, and it looks like they use mostly gold and green in here, and blue and red are the least. So we're gonna be starting off with this section right here, and then we'll work our way back. But while I've got everything off, I'm gonna go ahead and paint all of them here. So, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and start off with our blue, which is, you know, not very much. So it looks like we have, let's see, the very back one here we have one here. Alright guys, now what I'm going to do is, since we have a little bit of a gap right here, which is not going to be too much of an issue, I'm going to put some masking tape across to not contaminate everything. Alright, then it skips a row and goes to blue again, which is a thick one. Alright. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to put some masking tape across there like that. We're going to take a piece and cut it down. Alrighty, now we're going to move up. Now we're going to be moving up to this area up here. And it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of blues up here, so we're just gonna, I'm just gonna kind of do a makeshift pattern here, just kind of. Blue, green, red. And we're going to kind of mirror that pattern a little bit as much as possible. So blue, let's see, blue, gold, green, red. blue. Okay, so we're gonna pretty much follow the same pattern all the way across because you want it to be now this one's going to be off just a little bit. Alright. Now let's see. There's not a whole lot to, you know, go off of, but on the side I only see one blue on the side over here, and that's way up the front. But like I said, we're going to kind of mix it all up here. Tell you what, let's do a big blue one here. Gold, green, red, white, blue. Okay. Gold, green, red, white, blue. And you kind of can see the pattern that I'm going for. Blue in here at the front. I'm going to put that back on and put some tape across here. That way we don't get any blue. That way we don't get any blue on the paint. Talking about right here, make sure don't get any, put some tape across here to where you're not getting paint on. I'll do that all the way across on both sides. And I'll put some tape here. That, and then we'll do I'll use a card or something to hold that up. But okay, so now we're going to go back here, and I'm just going to kind of I know that they did we're going to go do on in these patterns here on this little stripe that goes across. I'm going to do a thin blue all the way across. And then let's see. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing on this side. Get rid of this. Get rid of this masking here on my fingers. Alright, so now we're going to pretty much do the same thing. Now on this nacelles, guys, you want to kind of keep it to the same pattern on both sides. That way it matches. Just looks better that way. Now on some of the rest of the ship you don't have to match it. And again, guys, this pattern is nothing, that you have to follow in the Trek Modeler Guide. You can kind of do your own thing as long as there's a good representation of it. We have that one right there in front. Okay, so let me shake up my airbrush, get it loaded up, and we'll get that shook up, and I have my airbrush cleaned out. Alright, I'm going to do a test spray. Alright, now again guys, I want to make sure you know that if for some reason that you lose a piece or whatever and you have that gray vinyl to do your, to have as a backup, but if you do have to use it, make sure that you turn your air pressure down after every color, because the more you peel off, the more it's going to have a chance on coming off. Now I just realized something. I forgot to do my colors here on the top, very top side. So we'll do red, or blue, gold, green, red. Okay. Do the same thing on this side. Okay, there we are. Now we're cooking. I think what I'm going to do is put a couple of pieces of tape right across there like that. We'll go ahead and make our crossover piece where we're not getting too much paint. Alright, so now we have our paint and our air gun. Let's give it a test shot. And I let it sit too long. Alright, here we go. So here's our first color, our blue. So remember to check your masks to make sure you're getting good coverage. We'll look at this real quick. We have our one there, just a little more up on top. Okay, so now let's do our dry real quick. Okay, so I'm going to change out my color in my airbrush and clean it up, get ready for the next color. We'll be right back, guys. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, welcome back. Now, let me tighten up on the shot. What I did is I went on ahead and off camera, I went on ahead and while I was cleaning up my air gun, I was letting this dry, and I went ahead and put on my replacement masks, which were all the blue. And now I'm going to go through and do the gold. I went on ahead and peeled all them off. Now I'm not going to do, I'm going to put them back on and peel them back off, peel them off and put them back on off camera just to save a little bit of time. On the last one we'll do the whole thing on there, and then we're not going to do the, we won't do this, these over here, because these are pretty much the exact same concept as this up here. We'll just skip down and go for the candy cane at the end. So alright, I got my gold loaded up in my gun. Now we're going to spray our gold. Now here we go. Nice and easy coverage. And again, make sure you check in your mask for your color. Alright, that looks good. We'll do our dry. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is go off camera, and I'm probably going to go ahead and do my red and green while I'm off camera. And while I was sitting there thinking about it, this is going to take a little bit of time back here, so let me go off camera and get this done and all the masks pulled, and then we'll get set up to lay these on, because these are going to be a little bit trickier. So we'll set up and we'll do this here in just a few minutes, guys, so stay tuned. A little bit of time for me, short time for y'all. Okay, guys, welcome back. Now, I was in the process of putting this last piece on, and I had a family member have a question. So I had to just go ahead and finish putting it on. But now we're going to go through the colors and get this sprayed. So first of all, what we're going to do is, you might notice, is we have our gold weeded out. So we're going to go ahead and get our gold pattern sprayed on. I'm going to get some tape right here. Cover that up so we don't get any paint. So, alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to get our gold. And this is still going to be kind of like the lower panel of the secondary hull, that brick and mortar pattern down there. We're going to spray it on heavy, then we're going to go back through and do our golds, and then we'll do our blues. So, alright, so here we go. Making sure we're spraying it on nice and even. Checking our masks. Remember guys, if this gold pattern that you're doing, you want to make sure it's extra heavy because you want to make sure it stands out over everything. We'll get some right up here on top. Roll it around the bottom. Alright, there's that. So we'll give it a little bit of a force dry. I'm going to go back to my heat gun. It's what I'm more familiar with, and the more you do this, the more you can, you know, get a feel for your heat gun or your hair dryer. I prefer the heat gun. It dries it a little bit faster. So alright, so I'm going to clean out my airbrush and get set up for the next color. We'll be right back, guys. Alright, well, I went off thinking I was going to do a different color, and I totally forgot we're going to be doing our gold. So now we're just going to kind of go through and pick a random pattern to do our golds. We'll start off back here at the back, and let's see, we'll do, since these have, any of the ones that have this little pattern in it, we're going to keep those white. So what we'll do is we'll do this one gold here, and then we'll do gold up here on the top. Then we'll do a small gold one here in the middle. Do this one here. Then we'll take this gold one here, this long rope. Right there. We'll do this golden right there. Maybe. Yep, looks good to me. So now we'll spray a lighter coat of gold on here. Kind of go a little heavier on the mortar pattern. Alright. That looks good to me, so we'll give that a quick dry. Alright, so now we'll go clean up our airbrush and get ready for the next color, guys. We'll be right back. Alright, here we are back now. We're getting ready. Now we're ready for our blue, so let's start picking out our blues. So we'll do a blue here. Maybe a blue here. We'll we'll do a big blue here. And then let's see. Let's do a blue here on the bottom. And then do a blue here on top. Little critters flying around my shop tonight. And then we'll do a blue here. Let's see, let's think about this. Do a blue one here. Alright, set up my airbrush. Alright, do a test spray, and here we go. You know, I might do a blue one there. So, alright, here we go. All right. Well, that looks good there. Let's dry it, give her a quick dry. All right, so now let's go through here on our on our gray sheet where we have our replacements, and we'll go through and put our replacements on. So I believe there we are. Okay. Now what I'm doing here is I'm trying to line up my masks with the box and make sure I leave enough room for to, you know, not overgo the grid line there. And again, guys, you can do this however you please. There's no set way of doing this. You can go by the guide, or you can do your own thing like I'm doing it. As long as you get a basic representation of the ship, it shouldn't matter. And I think, guys, I don't remember if you, I was telling you I was going to start off a little side video series here. I have changed my mind. I am going to start another side series, but it's not going to be the Cobra. I found another little kit that I really like and I got attached to, and it is the Voyager from the cartoon series Fantastic Voyage, which is the offshoot of the TV series. Oops, pulled the wrong one. So we'll be starting that one soon. And let's see here. Should have been that one there. Oh, there we go. Alright, so let me get my airbrush cleaned out and we'll get set up for the next color. And we'll be right back, guys. Okay, here we are back now, set up and getting ready for our green. So we're going to start pulling our masks for the green now. So now we'll pull this one here. And we'll pull this one. Now, like Boyd had mentioned in one of his videos, that red was the least used color on the refit, so you know, that'll be our last color. Do a solid green line there. And then our the last color, we'll do a solid solid red one. So let's see, we'll do green one there. So we got bugs flying all over the shop tonight. We'll do this one right there. Alright, so let me shake up my green, we'll get it in the gun and we'll be ready to spray. Okay, here we go. Here is our third color. Making sure I have good coverage, which it looks like we do. So we'll give this a force dry here and see where we go. looking good there. So now we'll put our greens back on. I will tell you guys that it is okay to use your knife and you know, your tweezers for your peeling this stuff off, but make sure, guys, when you do this, be careful again not to gouge your paint, because this stuff is, you know, it will stay kind of soft until it completely cures, and you don't want to gouge your paint. And believe me, I've done it, and if you're new to this, don't worry about it if you do. It's just paint. It can be fixed with just a little bit of tape and some more paint. You'll be good to go. Alright. And this is my way of doing this. Now, I will say that it, you know, if you can get the whole thing on there without weeding, you know, you can put the whole thing on there and then do your colors and then put them on and then pull your grid line off. That's one way to do it. You know, it's never really affected me in any way of doing this, doing it the way I'm doing it. So you know, it's just, there's different ways out there of doing this, guys. Alright, so we'll pull, we need this solid one right there. Seems we're gonna have trouble here. Alright, got one little one right here to go on. And then this one right here. And we have one here at the top, so we'll come back here and get that one. Alright, so now we're ready for our reds, and we'll take that off. We're not going to worry about the replacing them. So there's our red there. We have a red there. Now there's going to be quite a few panels that are white as well, guys, so you don't have to put them all color. You know, you don't have to color every panel. Again, this is your build. Do a big red one there. Do a solid red one there. sure I didn't get any. Red one. There. Okay, well, let me get my airbrush cleaned up and we'll be right back, guys. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, well, here we're back on our final color, which is our red. So we'll go ahead and start spraying that, and we'll take it off. We'll get it dry and we'll take it off and we'll show you what it looks like. So do a test spray. Again, guys, checking the red. Sometimes you have to do it in 2 coats, simply for the fact that it just is so light. So we'll give this a good dry and do it again. All right. Okay, guys, well, that's that. Let's get this. Let me get my airbrush cleaned up, and we'll let me get all this, the masking pulled, and we'll show you what it looks like. So we'll be right back, guys. Well, okay, guys, here it is. It's finally done on the back side here. We have all of our colors here. We didn't skimp on any colors. Turned out really, really pretty. I like these masks. Again, Gary did a good job with these. You know, we got all of our golds, our reds, our greens, and our blues down in there. And this is ready to be cleared, you know, sealed up. So by the next time you see me, I'll have the nacelle completely Azteced, and then hopefully have it all decaled and ready to go. So. But I just want to take you through a episode and show you how to do, you know, certain things on this. The next time you see me, we'll be working on the saucer again. So we'll be on the bottom side saucer. I'm still working on that, trying to get it ready to go. So, but all right, guys, we're going to call this one a wrap and get things cleaned up and finished up here. And we will holler at you next time for part 8 of our paint series, and go from there, guys. So take care, stay safe, happy modeling, everybody.